so they're probably going to win. We got, for Willard, we got Billy Tropey, senior. 191 average in his Saturday program, 184 for, not sure what league it is, and then he's got a 212 in his high school. 299, 298 games, 780 series, excellent. I don't have 780. I do have 700, but not that good. He came in second place in 22 in Springfield Youth. Won his first Southwest Gold Tournament Tour in 23. Going to be going to Drury University. Parker Watson, 191 average, 276 game and a 712, and that's all we got on him. Hayden Lane, 192 Sunshine Lanes and 193 in travel, 278 game. Kyle Brown, 11th grade, and that's all I got. Been bowling for about a year and a half. Ethan Howson, high game 289, 721 series, and got third in the city tournament. So that's all I have for Willard. And once again, I can only tell you what they write down. So if you're going to have relatives compete in this next year, tell them please update their resume so we can toot their horn. We got a lot of great athletes. We have a lot of great academics. Okay, so after 6 games, Seckman edged out Pattonville. No, that's not right. Pattonville, oh yeah, they did. Okay, I'm sorry. They got a total of 1477, and Pattonville's got 1415. Seckman must have had a hell of a game because Pattonville just shot a deuce. Saxony's in third, Nixa is in fourth, Ray-Pec is in fifth, Lee Summit, DeSmet, Willard is 7, Windsor, Lee Summit West, Jackson's at 11th, Kickapoo, Ozark, Lindbergh's in 14th, Oakville's in 15th, Excelsior Springs, Republic, CBC is 18, Parkview, Hazelwood West 20, Perryville is struggling, they're down 21st, Fort Osage, and then last 23rd place is Warrensburg. They got a hill to climb, but it's doable. So CBC, the score just went away. I think it was 163 for Willard, and CBC had a 199 game. Good bowling, guys. Actually, both teams don't have any girls on them at all. And of course, Willard is a regular high school, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 199 for CBC. So they'll be going to their next lanes. Last year I thought I had a schedule that showed where each team was bowling, but I don't have that one this year. So we'll see who comes up next.
Time to go ahead and move lane. Time to go ahead and move lane.
I think it's either after 12 or 14 games they break for lunch. And then they come back and bowl the rest of the teams they haven't bowled. And then the top 5 or 6 go into a stepladder roll-off. And those roll-offs should be alternating lanes right in front of us here. They don't bowl in the same lane twice, so we'll see how that goes when it comes up. If any of you have questions or comments, I'm sure we can field them if we see them coming in. Or if any of you know me, you can text me. I say that, and I haven't checked yet, but I don't think I have anything. Nope. I do have an ad from Harbor Freight. You can get really good deals there. So I think I have Ray-Pec coming up, and can't read the shirts on the other team. Okay, Ray-Pec started out with an open, and I can't read their opponent's shirts. I'll try when I get one to turn around. They have a double. So Ray-Pec is Raymore Peculiar, and it's a combined school district, and they are in Raymore, Missouri. So they have Tally Ann Scott. She's a senior, 4.5 grade point, 188 average, 300 game. Way to go. 768. She's had top 5 finishes at PBA juniors, and top 10 finishes at the SYC Heart of America, big guy, little guy champion. Missouri Female Bowler of the Year in 21. Dorothy Johnson Scholarship winner in 21. She came in 155th out of 570 at Junior Gold. Team captain. And she helps with Special Olympic bowling. 4.5 grade point. Top 5% of her class. 4-year academic letters. 4-year lamp of learning. 4 years of AP courses. She's been Student of the Month several times. All-State Choir, National Honor Society. Very impressive tally. Fiona West, sophomore, 187 average. 200 in a sport shot summer league. That's outstanding. 280 game and a 762 series. She was a Pepsi winner in U15. last year, the runner-up the year before. U15 Junior Gold. She finished 23rd. Heart of America winner. Kansas City Open winner. Bailey Kane, senior, 190 average, 279 game and a 756 series. Outstanding bowling. Top 5 in the step ladder in the KC, top 10 in the Heart of America twice. She also has archery awards. And I have one more. Two more. Jacob Thompson, sophomore, 167 average, 253, high game, 593 series. Third place in the individuals in KC tournament. Qualified for Pepsi 3 years in a row, junior gold member, Lamp of Learning recipient, and the principal's honor roll. A lot of these kids are very impressive, and I'm sure some of the others are. They just didn't write anything up. Michael Lindsay, sophomore, 163 average. That's all we got on him. Dawson Parrish, senior, been bowling 6 years, 195 average. First place in his summer league. And that's what we have for Ray-Pec. They have quite a few young ladies on their team, and they're sitting in 5th place. And right now they're winning 72 to 7. Whoop, they're down 2. 72 to 75 after. Oh, they're a frame ahead. So they're starting slow. They've only got 3 marks. And the other team, which I can't identify, has got 4 strikes and 3 misses in the middle. So Ray-Pec, you got to pick that spare and then throw a couple of strikes. Get back in the game. And we got another strike against them. Okay, so the unknown team is Excelsior Springs. And they are shooting a very good game. Let me see what I can find about Excelsior. Excelsior Springs. They've got a 154 right now against a 100, so they are doing very well. We got Joshua Oldham, 6.87 GPA. He's a senior. On his Saturday youth, he's a 201. A sports shot, he had a 215. 219, 210. He's got 2 300s, an 806 series. That's outstanding. Came in 222nd at Junior Gold, which is not shabby at all. And he's won several local Kansas City Opens, won Heart of America. First 300 was on a sport shot. That's very impressive. He started the high school team with help from Jerry Farrell and Dwayne Day. So sometimes it's the kids that put the teams together. He's a National Honor Society, platinum on something keys, second highest government EOC test in high school. And he is in the brass sextet, plays tuba. Olivia Smith, junior, 196 average. 269 game, 277 game, 650 series. Came in third place in the Show Me games. Singles first place, team first place, all events second place at state level. He's won bowls in the Kansas City Heart of America. Brody Hurla, junior, 3.4 grade point. He had 192 average. He has a 278 and the 747 highs. He's bowled in the Kansas City Open for 2 years. And he's on speech and debate teams, multiple first places, and also state win at mock trial and theater. Colt Bowman, a junior, 174 average, high game of, not sure, maybe 282, 262. Ride a little better, guys and girls. 628 high series, and he's on principal's honor roll. Quinlan Davis, 9th grade, don't have an average, but his high game is a 237, and he has a 584 series. He was 5th place in Pepsi in 22. That would be state, I assume. And he's received awards for academic achievement with a 4.0 GPA. David Falconer is a senior. High game at 204, 554 series, and he went to state last year, but don't know the results. And again, some pretty impressive bowlers for Excelsior Springs. So they're moving again. By the way, Excelsior kicked some serious butt on that game. Strong finish. Coach Sutton. Okay. This would be Oakville. I know Sean Sutton very well. He used to be on my St. Louis USBC Youth Committee a number of years ago. Excellent bowler, by the way. So let's see what I can find. Oakville. And they are bowling a team in gray and orangey red. See if I can see their team there. Good. At the last standings, Oakville was in 15th place. Oh, Nixa Eagles. That's who they're bowling. And Nixa is in 4th place. Let's see who we got from Nixa. So Oakville is in the St. Louis area. Nixa is in the Springfield area. Years ago, the state Open It used to be the men's tournament, but now it's the Open for men and women. It was in Nixa. I didn't bowl good, but I had a great time. One of my guys shot a 300 game. And unfortunately, I have no resumes for Oakville. That's really unfortunate. But Nixa has got some kids here. Come on, guys. There we go. For Nixa, we have Silas Mitchner. He's a junior. 175 average. He's had a 274, a 789 series. He qualified for state Pepsi on several occasions. Been bowling 7 years. Trayton Cherry, junior. Looks like 206 average, 288 high game, 720 3 times. And he qualified for junior gold 3 times in his career. Caden Cook, he's a junior. By the way, Trayton had a 3.96 GPA. That's awesome. So Caden has a 2.44, 195 high school average, 299 high game, 733 high series. Travis Hoskinson, sophomore, only been bowling for a year and a half. Doesn't have any averages. He's a 3.7 grade point though. 268 game, 678, and he qualified for junior gold this year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Addison Harvey, freshman, been bowling 4 years. 174 in the Youth Challenge, 194 in his Saturday Junior League, and 191 in his Travel League. 265 game and a 697. He's also got a triplicate patch. Jake Camacho. I may have met him. The name sounds real familiar. He's a junior. He's got a 208 average in high school travel, 286 high game, 733 series, and qualified for junior gold last year and this year. Brody Sanders, a junior, 3.5 GPA. No averages, but he has a 300 game to his career. Congratulations, good bowling. So right now, they are both starting slow. Oakville's got 52 after 5 frames with a strike up. And Nixa has 79 after 5 frames with the open. So this could go any direction. Let's just see who gets hot and who does not. So Oakville generally has, Sean's usually got some pretty strong teams, but they're struggling. They've had 3 opens and a spare and a double. And Nixa's got spare, strike, miss. So at any moment, boom, couple strikes and it could flip the game upside down. Told you I'd mention a few things about SMART, and I may do that just throughout the day. A couple of years ago, USBC was reviewing the SMART accounts And there are several $1 million of unclaimed scholarships. Now, how would that happen? Well, here's the scenario I know happened. Now, the names have been changed to protect the innocent. We have a kid, he came to start bowling, and his name was Sammy. So Sammy bowled for 4 or 5 years. And then he decided Sammy is too baby, so he changed his name to Sam without carrying his card number over. So now he has the new USBC card. Now, 2 years ago, he's in high school. Now he's Samuel. So he has 3 cards with 3 names, and he may have won scholarships on all 3. SMART headquarters doesn't know that Sammy, Sam, and Samuel are the same kid. They got hundreds of thousands of bowlers' names. And it happened, that's not the real name, but 2 years ago, we had a young man who won $75 scholarship in our St. Louis Junior Gold Qualifier. And I saw him about 2 months later, and he said, you know, I never got my scholarship. I said, oh, yes, you did, because I saw them go in the mail. And so when I was at the National Convention, I went to the SMART booth and told her the scenario. And she looked him up, and sure enough, he had a new card number this year, and that scholarship went under that USBC card number. So she was going to call him and explain what happened and how much he has in total, and which name does he really want to roll them all into. So when it's time to cash them in, they'll all be under his real name or his current name. So, you know, sometimes they're not used because you forget you got them, and they are not going to say, oh, by the way, you got a $100 scholarship here. You know, they got tens of thousands of kids on their records in SMART, and it's just insurmountable task to tell people when they should be bowling, because you've got until you graduate. So that's when you start being able to cash it in. You cannot use SMART money to go to a private high school or summer bowling camps or anything like that. It's for advanced education. Any college, university, or accredited trade school. So if this could be your family situation where you started out as Billy, Bill, and William, you could have scholarships in all 3 names. So you could always call headquarters and ask for SMART, and they will be glad to look into it for you. And I will give you headquarters number in just a second. Headquarters is 1-800-514-2695. And they'll start out with a recording. I don't listen to it all. I just hit 0, and you'll get to an operator and tell them that, you know, your name and who you're calling for, and you'd like to speak to somebody in SMART. They're very accommodating, willing to go that extra mile to help you discover your money and hopefully spend it. Because if you don't spend it in 8 years, it goes back to the issuing person. So they could have won a scholarship here from Oasis Lanes. They could have won a scholarship from St. Louis USBC. They could have won scholarship from Missouri USBC. They could have won scholarship in the heart of America in Kansas City. And, you know, and you got all this scholarship money to use, and you got 8 years. It used to be 4 years, and then they made changes because of military. And my grandson was in that boat. He went in the military and wasn't doing any other education, and it would have expired before he got out of the military. So they extended it for that. And then they extended later for NCAA ladies. NCAA ladies is a varsity sport. NCAA men's is a club. So as a varsity sport, they have rules and regulations about when you can use bowling earned scholarships and when you cannot. So they extended it there so that if you couldn't use it as you're actively on their collegiate team, you could use it for advanced education. So, you know, they're flexible. They've been making changes over the years, and right now they have a glut of money that has been returned to issuers and it's gotten out of hand. So at a certain point in time, they're going to start saying, hey, listen, you got $40,000 in unused scholarships, use them, or we're going to take them back and give them to kids who are currently in school on our scholarships. So that's why Joplin is offering some scholarships. They may not have local associated scholarships. I don't know that. I know St. Louis does. I know Jeffco may not. St. Charles in our area, I think they do. And of course, the state has 3 boys and 3 girls. And whenever I'm near the youth tournaments, sometimes I'll try to just show up one day and just talk to parents. And it's amazing how many times a person has said, well, my kid's going to be a senior. I guess I ought to apply for a scholarship. I said, no, you should have applied when you were a freshman, because it's grade 9 through 12. There are freshmen who are winning scholarships because they're based on bowling skills and accomplishments, academics, leadership, and volunteerism. I mean, that's not how it says it, but basically that's what they're looking for. And each of the 3 are weighted on different things. One of them is weighted like Carolyn Gilbert, that's for seniors. That's weighted on academics. And maybe Marvin Townsend is weighted on bowling skills. That doesn't mean that if you're a great bowler, you can win that if you don't have other things. So, you got the 4 or 5 categories, and they have a committee each year that reviews them, and they vote what they feel that each person's deserving in those categories. And so then they put it on the spreadsheet, and 3 spreadsheets flip out of that, which, one's weighted for one thing, one's for another, and another. So if you have a 0 in a category, you're probably not going to win. Even if you're shooting a 250 average, you're not going to get the bowling weighted skill, because you're going to get 0s in academics, or you're going to get 0 in leadership. So all 4 categories are important, but each one, they weight one category. They'll maybe weigh it by 0.5 and then take 0.5 off of some other category. So a good friend of mine set that spreadsheet logic up years ago, and it's working. And every year we give out $6,000 in scholarships. And I only know a couple of them that are getting scholarships this year. I mean, I think Ben Ely that I was talking about, he's the one school I couldn't tell you about because that's when we were down. I think he's winning one. And I think the young lady from Springfield, Kickapoo, actually, I haven't seen her yet, Maddie Phillips, she will have won all 3 of the scholarships this year when she gets the one as a senior. And, I've had several bowlers that got 2 out of 3 of the scholarships, and the money's there. You just have to fill out your information, be as thorough as you can. They don't want to know what you bowled when you're 9 years old. They want to pretty much know, what have you bowled the last 4 years? We had one that he bowled for me, and his mom sent a 40-page book. Of course, we only cared about the most recent stuff, but proud mama, pictures and everything. And he did win. He may have won all 3, I'm not sure. I know he won at least 2 of the states, and he won both of the St. Louis ones. And now he's only bowling as a sub because his job takes too much time that he can't bowl on a regular league, but that's a shame. So now we got another match getting ready to start. And once again, wait a minute, I'm going to see it. Parkview. And they are currently in 20th place. And I'm not sure who they're bowling yet until somebody turns around. So let's see if I got anything from the Parkview folks. They are the Vikings. And unfortunately, I have no resumes. I just have copies of their entry. And I don't know any of them, so I can't speak to them. They are from Springfield. And that might be Maddie standing with her arm on her hip. But I won't know until she turns around, and if she is, that's Kickapoo. Kickapoo has been a strong team for a number of years. Those of you that knew Spencer Robarge, he was their anchor for years, well, for 4 years. He's now bowling for Wichita. And she sort of tried to step into his footprints. Kickapoo Chiefs, that's who's bowling. Okay, they have resumes. So Maddie Phillips is a senior, 4.04 unweighted, 4.67 weighted GPA. 209, 207, and 194 are her three averages. She has 2 300s and a 780. And then, somebody said, Maddie sent you a book. She does. She's a senior. She's been in Girl Scouts. She's got the highest award Scouts give. She's on the Springfield Board of Directors. She's captain of her high school team, president of the Chamber Choir, honor roll, National Honor Choir, All-State Choir, honor roll every semester of her high school. She volunteers at a Carver Middle School, works a snack bar and sporting events, student council when she was in 8th grade. She sang the national anthem numbers of times at events. She built a mini library outside of Immaculate Conception School. I got to go on to the others. I'll come back if I have them. She's got two pages of awards, and awesome bowler, awesome young lady. This one I don't have. Dre Cuddleston, sophomore, 165 average. He's got a 276 game. He got most improved bowler and won the city championship. Danny Stewart, 3.8 grade point. High game 289, 751 series. Won city tournament in 22 and league champion. Braden Bobble, senior, 279 game, 700 series. 3-time city champion, and he's in the A+ program. George Roth, sophomore. Don't have an average. And he won city high school tournament. Lottery Finley, 3.5 grade point, 158 average, 227 high game, city championship scholarship. And Landon Cobble, junior, 211 average, 220 in the Sunshine League, 300 game and a 767. Life Scout, he's almost an Eagle Scout. That's coming up. So that's Kickapoo. So Kickapoo has got a 105 after 6. And Parkview has a 103 after 6. Close game. Kickapoo has no opens. Parkview has 3 opens, but then they threw a 3-backer, so it could go either way. Parkview had a 9 count in the 8th frame. Kickapoo had a strike. So the bowlers are limited to 2 balls on the rack. And some of them are bringing 8 and 10 balls, but they have to be back in the paddock area. So mom or dad or somebody on the team that's not in that game has to run back and forth to change balls. They got to turn one in and get another one out. Most bowling centers don't have room for every kid to bring 6 and 8 balls. They'll just be falling over each other. Kickapoo had a strike in the 9th. And Maddie is their anchor. She's coming up next. Parkview had a strike in the 9th. But they're down by 13 pins. 10th frame could make the difference. Whoa, strike. Parkview had a strike. Come on, Maddie. Got to give it that strike. She had a 9 spare in the 5th. Very smooth bowler, great form. Oh, no. Another 9 count. So Parkview's on a strike in the 10th and Maddie's on a 9 in the 10th. 172 to 183. Come on, Parkview, throw that double, put the pressure on them. Nope, got a 9 count. This could be a close game. Maddie's got a 4-pin standing. And she covered it. Both. Parkview has a strike 9 for 190. Picking a 10 pin. And he missed. Oh, wow. Open the door for Maddie. So Maddie needs 6 pins to win. And she got a strike. So Kickapoo 195, Parkview 190. Very close game. And they're on the move. Okay, we have a team coming up from Imperial. So that could be Seckman or Windsor. We'll find out in a second. How you doing? So it will be Seckman coming up, and one of my friends is bowls there, just waved to me, so wish her good luck. And we've just about covered all of the teams. There's a couple more that'll be here on the second half, I'm sure. Everybody ends up bowling on every pair throughout. So we got Seckman. Oh, and they may have a bye because there is an odd team. So Seckman has got a bye. There's not another team up there. Okay, Samantha DeBow, she's my friend that just waved to me. She's a junior. She's been bowling 7 years. She's got a 200 average. She's a 3.1 grade point. She's got a 297 high game and a 750 series. She was on the 2022 high school all-star team. So that was last year. She was elected to the all-stars. And that they get a $100 or $200 scholarship. I should have looked that up before I came. She's Mid-America High School South Girls high average. And she's a bowling regional staffer. She's also JBC youth representative. And she's on the AB honor roll. Real nice girl. Bryson Hicks, senior, 207 average. He's only been bowling 2 years. Pretty impressive. He's got a 300 game and an 817 series. He's come in first place at the JBC Masters. He's had 2 second places and 1 third place. And he is committed to Missouri Baptist University on a bowling scholarship. Good for you, Bryson. Aiden Kinsey, I think that's right. Senior, only been bowling 2 years, got a 195 average, 290 high game, and a 765 series. She was part of a national high score series in the U18 division. She's on the honor roll. Andrew Davids, he's a senior, been bowling 14 years, 3.0 grade point, 196 high average, or average currently, 160 in a sport shot. He has a 300 game and a 762 series. He's got 3 JBC Gateway wins. He also bowled in the 2019 BVL. That's probably, St. Louis runs a Bowling for Veterans Link tournament every year. It's open to kids as well because it's a singles event. They just have to sign a waiver that if they cash, it goes as a scholarship. So he won there in 19. In the 19, he also was a winner in the Missouri Youth Championship doubles division, and he qualified for junior gold. Dallas Sharp is a senior. Only been bowling 4 years, 187 average, 289 high game, 738 series. First place in 19 in the Pepsi's qualifier, and he was the national qualifier. Austin Brown, senior, bowling 5 years, 184 average. He has a 279 and a 702. That's great. He's also Cougar Edge Scholarship at SIU Edwardsville. Congratulations. Evan Graham, senior, 4.0 grade point, bowling 9 years. High school average is a 193, 163 in a junior gold league, which is a sport shot league. 288 high game and 726 series. He will be going to Maryville University in St. Louis on a scholarship. Congratulations. I just watched the men's and women's ITC competition for collegiates, and the one young lady that made the finals was from Maryville. She doesn't live locally. I think she was from Pennsylvania, but she came out her first game and was awesome. Maryville's got a pretty strong team, and they used to practice at the place I used to coach at. Right, they practice right after our youth program is over, and I'd have some of my young ladies. That was their ladies team that practiced there, and I'd have some of my young girls stay and watch some of their practices so she could see the drills they put them through, and you know how accurate and dedicated they were to their games. So it helped a couple of the girls that ended up bowling on the JBC. In addition to tournaments, the Gateway tournaments, JBC also has a travel league, and each center that has a team in it gets a stop on that. And so, wow, Seckman is bowling their butts off. 1 through 4 bagger, spare, 3 bagger, spare, 230 and a strike. 244 game. That should shoot him up in the ranks. Great shooting, guys and girls. Well, I can see Nixa on the next lane over. They've got a 124. They're not, this game sort of fizzled, and they are bowling Parkview, and they're struggling. They got a 101 game in the 7th. Oakville's bowling to the right. Again, they're shooting much better. They got a 171 possible game.
Need anything? You okay?
Nope. Got water. Okay. Sorry, had to mute for a minute. Terry Signago was asking me if I needed anything, and I almost had a cup of coffee, but I've got water, so life is good. Well, I saw a stat a little earlier on the screen, but it's not up anymore. And we had like 60 or 70 people tuned into this, so I did this last year for the first time, and Terry had called me. He's president of BPA, Missouri State BPA. And he called me and he said, I've been talking to Dennis, and he has a team that's going to be going to the high school finals, and he normally does the telecast. And so he asked me to call you and see if you want to do it. And I said, I talk a lot. He says, yeah, that's why he said, we'd like to have you do it, because you've always got something to say. That isn't always appropriate, but yeah, I do have a lot to talk about. So the camera is now, at least the camera I'm seeing, is now not even on the right lanes. It's moved over to probably 15 and 16. And that's the Oakville team that they're showing. So I think we got 2 more games, 2 or 3, and after 12 games, that's when they break for lunch. So at that point, we'll probably have about a 30, 40-minute downtime as everybody eats, and then we'll be back with competition after that. With Seckman being the only team on the pair in front of me, they went very fast, and so the other teams are still winding down. Looks like Parkview has a 180 game there, and they beat, well, they're still bowling. It's 81 to, they lost by 2. The Kickapoo beat them by 2 pins. They had 183 to 181. Okay. So they're all going to the next assigned lane. The coaches have a spreadsheet, so they know where they got to go each game. So I see a young Pattonville bowler in front of me right now. We didn't get to go over some of their resumes because that's when we had to reboot. They got some pretty impressive bowlers. And it looks like Pattonville is coming back in front of us, so I can pull that out and go over some of their resumes.
All right, attention bowlers. We're going to go ahead and start moving lanes. This will be the last game before lunch.
Okay, this is the last game before lunch.
As soon as you're done on your lane, you can head to the bar and be picking up your lunch. And then you can head back to the lane you're just bowling on too. Okay, so as you finish being 12, keep that in mind. Just go ahead and head to the bar area. That's down behind lane 24, and that's where we'll get. Okay,
so Pattonville is the St. Louis area team. So I 3 years ago when I started coaching at St. Charles, I was working with the older kids, and I had 5 of them on I'm not sure if they're on the same team because Pattonville has 3 teams, I believe. And when they qualified, then they picked their best bowlers, which is, that's how they designate it. And they're bowling Republic, which we have not heard from either. Let me see if I can find that one. There we go. I think there's one other team that we haven't seen. I know I haven't seen the Windsor Owls yet. So we got Pattonville bowling Republic. And Republic is from Springfield. So a few stats on some of their bowlers. They got Mason Cole. He's a junior. He's been bowling. Oh, that's not the right number. Anyway, he has very little here. He's got a 247 high game. You got. Keegan Hunt is a sophomore, only been bowling for 2 years. He's got a high game of 269. Tyler Waters, sophomore, been bowling 2 years. He's got 3.9 grade point. That's excellent. It's a 255 high game and a 422 series. You know, some of the Springfields, I told you, they only bowl 2 real games, and then they bowl like 4 Bakers. So he has a 255 game, but on a two game series, he had a 422. So that's like a 211 game each. Sarah Lasker, junior, only been bowling 2 years. Got a 133 average, but she's got a 226 game and a 542 series. She got a scholarship for high handicap series and girls high average in her association. She was a scorekeeper at the Greater Ozark tournaments. And if you are ever in Springfield area, you know that is a kick-ass tournament. Some of the best bowlers in the state. So she's a volunteer scorekeeper, and she's a National Honor Society member. Cameron Litch, junior. Only been bowling 1 year, but he's already got a 266 high game and only a 426 series. Keep throwing those high games, you get some big series pretty soon, young man. Loudon House, 10th grade, 3.4 grade point. 190 average, has a 300 game and a 725 series, and his team placed first in the city. And we get to Pattonville. Pattonville's got a double and a miss, and Republic has a strike, spare, spare. So if any of you get tired of hearing me brag on the kids I know, text me and I'll quit. But, you know, when you work with kids and they do good, it's a feeling of accomplishment. And I had a young lady that was my anchor years ago. And, you know, she'd get down on herself because she'd have a bad game. And I told her the same old story. You got to throw a lot of gutter balls before you shoot that 200 game. Well, anyway, she ended up being my anchor bowler, and we had 44 travel league teams that year, and so we had an A and B division, and we were in the B division, and we were over at Scott Air Force Base, military. It's the Air Force Base, and they have almost all military bases have bowling alleys. So we were at the late squad, and they didn't re-oil. And she said, "Coach, I can't keep my ball in the pocket." I said, "Throw your plastic ball." So she shot a 205, hit a plastic ball. Anyway, now I coach her son. Anyway, enough about that. I was sorting out these papers and just filling air. We got Jacob Badmon, senior, 175 average. He's got a 267 game and a 641 series. He's placed in several gateway tournaments. Charles Burns, he was one of the young men I coached a couple years ago over at St. Charles Lanes. He's a senior, 198 average, 279 game, 801 series. That's excellent. He's also got a 4.26 GPA. So he was on the championship team from St. Charles in 22 and in 23. John O'Connell, he was one of my kids for that 1 year. Junior, holding 4 years. He's got a 151 in the Sport Shot League, but he's got a 188 for high school. 286, 761 the series is. He was voted MVP on his team in 23. Jaden Jenner, a nephew of the guy that actually got me involved in coaching. He's a freshman, been bowling 5 years. High game is a 287. Donald Simpkins III. I know Donald Simpkins' dad also. And his sister is also on this team. So Donald Simpkins III is a 10th grader, 3-point average. He's got a 218 in his high school league. He's got a 183 in the Sport Shot League, and he bowls in the JBC Travel League. He's got a 214 average there. He's got 4 300s. He's got an 843 and a 791 twice. He's won numerous Gateway tournaments and missed champions. Bowled second and third place at a PBA Junior. He was 79th at Junior Gold in 22. He was the top 5 at Pepsi last year. And I think he was on the All-Star team, and he picked a 7-10 split in 23. That's amazing. I've never been close, though I've left a lot. Anyway, he's also a director on the Junior Bowling Club. He's a junior director on the JBC Bowling Club. His sister, Dominique, is a senior, 2.0 average, 188 high school, 190 JBC Travel, and 147 on the Sports Shot League in St. Charles. 298 high game, 726 series. She's won numerous gateways in 21, in 22. She came in second place at the PBA Junior in Evansville. There was a quarantine release tournament in Louisville, and she bowled in that. She's co-captain of our high school team, and she made the All-Star team last year. And she's also a director for the Junior Bowling Club, a youth director. Peyton Steiner, senior, 286 high game, 601 series. He won a scholarship. I think it was the Gateway. Can't read his writing too well. All the Gateways, the winners win small scholarships. It's a really good program. I was involved with it for years, but I don't have a strong team anymore. Used to have a 140 just to get in the league. I think they've relaxed that, but still, it's a high-end league in the area. Nicholas Toller, senior, 4.0 grade point, awesome. Mid-America High School North, that's his division he's in. He's got a 167 average. He's got a 235 game and a 637 series. So that is the Pattonville Pirates. And I think they just won their match. They just got done and it turned off before. Republic has a 166 game. I think there's only 2 teams that we have not had a chance to review. I know one of them is Windsor Owls. They are a Jeffco team. So we'll probably see them in the next half. And I believe that they're all going to be breaking for lunch, so I won't have too much more to talk about till we get back. Again, if you have questions or comments, I believe you're allowed to tag us in them, and Tom's keeping an eye out for that. If you know me personally and you want to bitch at me, send me a text. I'm a big guy, I can take it. You don't sweat the little stuff anymore when you get to be my age. So I am going to shut down for the break, for the lunch break, and enjoy a meal with the kids, and I will be back shortly. Thank you. Have a good lunch yourself.